Hello, boys and girls. This is your skills lesson for today. It's lesson 8. Read the I can statements with me. Ready? I can review sounds and spellings for oi and oi. I can chain words with oi and oy. I can edit our personal narrative as a class. I can practice suffixes with ing. So this week, words are contractions. And remember, contraction is two words that you put together to make a smaller word, and you do that by replacing some of the letters from the two words with an apostrophe. Remember right here, the one that looks like a comma, but it's in the air, this is called an apostrophe. These are called apostrophes. So I'm going to play a video about what is a contraction. This is a fun song.
This is the contraction rhyme. I say contractions all the time. Take two words and make them one. Contractions can be lots of fun. It's not that hard, I'll show you how. Let's learn about contractions now. When I say I am, you say I'm. I am.
I'm.
I am.
I'm.
When I say it is, you say it's. It is.
It's.
It is.
It's.
When I say you are, you say you're. You are.
Yours.
You are.
Your.
This is the contraction rhyme. I say contractions all the time. Take two words and make them one. Contractions can be lots of fun. It's not that hard, I'll show you how. Let's learn about contractions now. When I say I will, you say I'll. I will.
I'll.
I will.
I'll.
When I say do not, you say don't. Do not.
Don't.
Do not.
Don't.
When I say they are, you say there. They are.
There.
They are.
There.
It's time to take a little rest. We put our brains to the test. So let's all have a little fun. It's time to dance, everyone. This is the contraction rhyme. I say contractions all the time. Take two words and make them one. Contractions can be lots of fun. It's not that hard, I'll show you how. Let's learn about contractions now. When I say cannot, you say can. Cannot.
Can't.
Cannot.
Can't.
When I say you have, you say you. You have.
You.
You have.
You.
When I say we are, you say we're. We are.
We're.
We are.
We're.
We all know contractions now. It's time for you to take a bow.
So remember, contraction is two words and you put them together to make one, and you use an apostrophe to replace the letters in the word. So if you look at it is, you say it's. Ready? It is. It's. If I say that is, you say that's. That is. That's. She is. She's. Is not. Isn't. Are not. Aren't. Was not. Wasn't. I will. I'll. I say you will, you say you'll. You will. You'll. She will. She'll. And I wonder if you know what this tricky word is. So if I sound it out, it's air. There. And this kind of there, friends, is the one that shows ownership, like they own something. So you would say, their coats were fuzzy, meaning that they're owning their coats. So this there means ownership. So if you saw the spelling O-I in a word, what sound would you say? Yes, it says oi. Remember, O-I is called a diphthong because your mouth moves two different ways. So do it again. Oi. As you see, my mouth went into a circle and then it went back. Oi. Like into a smile. So this is called a diphthong. Can you think of any words that are spelled with O-I that say oi? Okay, so here are some words that I came up with. Let's tap them first. Remember, O-I says oi. So get your fingers ready. Let's tap it. Ready? Oi, oil. Oil. What's the word? Oil. Tap it. B, oi, oil. Boil. What's the word? Boil. Let's tap the next one. Oi, k. Oink. What's the word? Oink. Let's tap the next word. Oi, what's the word? Coin. Let's tap this one. Oi, foil. What's the word? Foil. Let's tap the next one. Oi, soil. What's the word? Soil. And the last word we have that has the oi spelling, O-I, is, let's tap it. Oi, d. Spoiled. What's the word? Spoiled. Remember, this ed says d because the consonant before it is voiced. So that means ed is voiced and it says d. Okay, if you saw oy in a word, what sound would you say? It also says oi. So this is also a diphthong. Remember, a diphthong is because your mouth moves two different ways. First, it's a circle, and then it goes back into a smile. So whether you're saying the OI sound or the OY sound, they make the same sound, just different spellings. Oi. So when you see the letters O and Y side by side, we need to remember that these letters work together as a letter team. Oi. Can you think of words that are spelled with O-Y for oi? Okay, so here are some words that are spelled with the O-Y letter saying oi. So get your fingers ready and we're going to tap them. Ready? Oi. Toy. What's the word? Toy. Next one. Oi. Boy. What's the word? Boy. Tap the next word. Oi. What's the word? Joy. Okay, this one's a long one. Ready? Get your fingers ready. We have ow, oi. Cowboy. Do our next one. Ready? Oi. Enjoy. Next word, tap it. Oi, soybean. And the last one, oid. Employed. Again, if you look at this, the ed is saying d because the y is voiced. Your vocal cords are vibrating, so that's why ed says d. Employed. So let's read the words again. Ready? Toy, boy, joy, cowboy, enjoy, soybean, employed. Good job. Alrighty. So our next part is we're going to have a draft of the story The Milk. So today we're going to edit Mr. Mouse's draft. And if you look the way mouse is spelled, does that look right to you? Is that how you spell mouse? No, but the O-W does say ow, but also the spelling is O-U. So really we should be spelling Mr. Mouse's name this way, but because we're editing a story that has many misspellings, that's why they did it, to be silly. Okay, ready? So, hi friends, my name is Mr. Mouse. Please help me edit my story, The Milk. Are you ready for this, friends? Because there are a lot of mistakes. So if we look at the title, The Milk, what's wrong with the title? I noticed that the T in the should be capitalized because the first letter of each word in a title is always capitalized. All right, let's go to the next part. Ready? There was a lass named Jane. What's wrong in this sentence? Well, there is spelled wrong and it should have a capital, so T-H-E-R-E. I'm going to change the color here, friends. Was, certainly sounds like it, but that's not how you spell it. It's W-A-S. Lass has two S's. Remember what a lass is? A lass is another word for a girl, right? And named, do we end words with just a D if it's supposed to be in the past for past tense? No, it's missing the E, so named. And remember, the ED is voiced because the M, is a voice sound, so the ED is a voice sound, named. And then the last thing we need to do is capitalize Jane's name because she's a person, and we always capitalize our names. It's called a proper noun, which is the name of a specific person, place, thing, or animal. All right, so let's read it again. There was a lass named Jane. What goes at the end of my sentence? Is this a telling sentence, an asking sentence, or an exclaiming sentence? Yeah, it's a telling sentence. She took a bucket of milk to sell. Okay, so let's look at all these mistakes. The S in she needs to be capitalized because it's the beginning of your sentence. Took certainly sounds like that, but it's not spelled that way. It's T-O-O-K. Remember we learned the O-O as an the U, the short U sound. A is good. Bucket, so we have B-A-K is the C-K. It, that's how you spell bucket. Of milk is good. To sell. This kind of cell is the one that you have in your bodies. Your body is made up of a bunch of different cells, but also this cell could be where a person who is in jail lives, like a jail cell. So this is not correct, so we need to change it. What is the other letter that makes the S sound besides the C? Yes, the S. So it's S-E-L-L. So let's go back and read it. She took a bucket of milk to sell. Is that a telling sentence, an asking sentence, or an exclaiming sentence? It is a telling sentence, so I need a period. Okay, the next sentence. Jane fell down. What's wrong in this sentence? Well, the J in Jane needs to be capitalized because it's the beginning of a sentence and also because it's a proper noun, which is a name. Fell is good, but look at down. If we look at this word and we tap it out, it's D-A-N. That's not how we spell down. So, D-ow, ow. So it's D-O-W-N. Jane fell down. Is that a telling sentence, an asking sentence, or an exclaiming sentence? Yep, it's a telling sentence, so I need to put a period. We're almost done. Doing a great job. She wanted to buy a dress. She wanted to get a pig. All right, what's wrong with this sentence? So the S needs to be capitalized because it's the beginning of a sentence. Want-ed. All right, so wanted is W-A-N-T. And remember, we can't just put a D, it has to be E-D. Wanted. Now, the E-D says id, remember, because the T, if a word ends with a T or D, it says id, and this one ends with a T, so it's want-id, wanted. To buy. This is funny to me. Is this how you spell buy when you're going to go to the store and buy something? No, this means like when an author writes a book, you would say by Kathy Osborne or Pope Osborne or something like that. So this is how you spell buy. B-U-Y. A dress. Remember, a word that has the double consonant at the end of it. D-R-S. When a word ends with an S, it has to have, in this case, 2 S's when you have a short vowel. She wanted, again, it's missing